Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 317 albums in his Pike series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head.
Welcome, folks, jokes and blokes. Welcome those in chairs of oak, and those who cannot take a joke. People who prefer egg yolks, people from Roanoke. People who don cloaks, subs who like to get choked. People who put cards in bike spokes. People who go hard on bong tokes. Frogs who croak, cows who poke, Geppettos making sex doll pinocchs from oak. Goths who smoke, goths who drink Diet Coke. Summer goths who convoke heat stroke. I misspoke, and blindly, more I went right past the fact that it's episode 94 of Gettin' Head.
A Bucketcast. Oh my God! Wow, 94. That was a good one, Britt. You really covered the gamut. I feel like you went for
all
it.
All of our fans.
Yeah, fans.
We got frogs listening, cows listening. Geppetto is listening.
Definitely, as he makes Pinocchio sex dolls.
So I don't think I actually included it really on the episode, but like before we recorded last week's episode, I just taken a bong hit and I started like singing like Geppetto, 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 and then we just started talking about how like Geppetto made Pinocchio because he wanted to fuck a little boy, but he didn't like want to fuck a little boy, you know.
They don't call him Geppetto for nothing, you know.
Right. And
right?
then
It's in the name.
You made that joke. Yeah, you're like, yeah, Geppetto, and I'm like, yeah, Geppettophile. And so,
I mean, that's the name of the episode, right? I think we got it. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, have you heard about Pinocchio 3000?
I have it. I've heard about. There's a lot of disastrous Pinocchio films.
There's so many. Like I think, we were talking.
I know. So
yeah,
Pinocchio 3000. It's like a weird futuristic thing where I think he's a robot or something.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be really bad.
It's horrifying, bro. Like he looks terrible.
There was one that was like made in Russia or something, and I want to say in the American dub of it, fucking Pauly Shore plays Pinocchio. And it doesn't make any sense because he sounds like an old stoned man.
Well, he is an old stoned man. What do you expect? Yeah. You hire fucking
look up bring up a Pinocchio fucking Pauly Shore on there.
All right. This is Pinocchio 3000. As you can see, horrific art here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You hate that.
Pauly Shore Pinocchio. Let's fucking see that shit. Oh God, is Pauly Shore in Pinocchio? Exclusive. Pauly Shore reacts to the trailer for his film Pinocchio: A True Story, going viral because of a surprising line reading as the character.
Play the so it's like the first line in the commercial, and it's like, or it's the first line he speaks, and you're like, what the fuck? It's so funny.
Oh no. Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Father, when am I gonna get to leave and be on my own?
It's so bad.
That's fucking beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, I have that one too.
That's fucking nice. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that shit.
One that was like directed and starred by Roberto Benigni, and that was supposed to be tragically bad. That's supposed to be like the worst Pinocchio film. So
do we have to do like a Pinocchio fest and just watch like?
Yeah, let's try to do some. some bonus episodes all about the Pinocchio films.
The bad ones.
Well,
Like,
I'll make the Geppetto song, and that'll
oh
be
yeah. I
that'll
want
be
to
our
whisper Geppetto, Geppetto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just send me some things and I can like stretch them or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, you just send me a BPM. I got you.
120. That's what I make everything in, brother.
120, yeah.
Always. Why would you change it? That's the perfect tempo.
I mean, it is known. Why would they make it the default if it wasn't the perfect tempo?
The DAW knows. No, I've found that, like, especially for Soy Trek, I make usually almost like one per episode a fucking parody of a song, and like everything is either in 98 or 128. They're the only two tempos.
Oh yeah, those are very common tempos.
Those are the only two tempos. If you're making professional music, if you're making amateur music, 120.
120. Well, even professional music too. There's a lot of 120 out there. It's funny because like if you make enough stuff in DAWs, if you like do enough DAW stuff, eventually you start to know 120 really, really well to the point where like you can recognize
a natural
it.
rhythm.
Yeah, and like I'll be out and I'll be listening to music. I'll be like, this is definitely 120. And like I've actually like been listening to music with coworkers and been like, this is 120, and then they like tap it out and it's exactly 120. And I'm like, I told you. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a funny thing. Also, recognizing synth presets in pop songs. That ever happened to you? That has definitely happened
again. I definitely recognize like certain like things that are trying to be certain synths. Like
oh yeah.
A couple years ago, like everyone was trying to like make Moog sounds.
Oh,
that was really super interesting to hear.
Yeah. It was very hot. Everybody was trying to do that like analog,
really clean guitar. Like I don't know, like.
Yeah,
almost like a Madonna sound. Oh, I guess it was.
It's like a Hall & Oates sound too. Yeah.
Yeah. True. It's a very classic sound, and I think fucking that one album that fucking Daft Punk did was probably responsible largely for bringing that sound back for a while. Because then like The Weeknd started doing almost exclusively that.
Right.
But The Weeknd stuff that sounds like that is actually pretty cool, like 80s throwback. I mean, he's a good singer.
I don't like. I'm only familiar with one song from The Weeknd because they played it at my work a lot. I did not like that song very much, but that's the only song that I know that I have heard from The Weeknd, and so I can't really judge the artist off of that song. That being said, I really don't like that song, but it's one of his like recent songs. It's like a new one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a good singer. His stuff that sounds like super 80s is actually pretty cool. A lot of it.
Nice.
I'd recommendo.
You love a recommendo.
Yeah, so it's the whole country is like supposedly on fire, but
not here.
You have nice weather, which is weird.
Oh yeah, dude, the weather here's been fantastic. It's been great.
I mean, the weather here's been fantastic for me. It's like in the 90s.
Because you're a psycho.
Yeah, I'm a weather psycho.
Yeah,
I'm moto psycho.
Yeah. Your weather.com psycho. No, weather here has been amazing.
That's my gang. It's the weather.com gang.
The weather.com psychos.
We're feuding with the Ask Jeeves butlers.
Oh fuck. And the Lycos dogs.
Oh no. No, we already killed them off.
Oh fuck.
We executed every single one of those motherfuckers.
Damn, that goes hard.
Point blank, back of the head.
Damn. Shit. Yeah, no, it's been gorgeous here. It's been like between 65 and 85 degrees every day.
So you're saying some days it's been 69?
Some days.
That's pretty nice.
69.
That's pretty nice.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's been great. Like, and I've been hearing about all these people suffering because, like, you know, I listen to hella podcasts and shit. And on all the podcasts, they're like, "Oh, it's so hot." And then I'm talking to you, and you and Pat were like melting the other day while we were doing. Soy Trek.
That's because we had already spent 2 hours in this enclosed room together, and we're like, we both have a lot of surface area to our bodies. And and there's no AC or anything in here. Yeah. It was like in the 90s that day.
Yeah, Pat's such a trooper. Like he like doesn't show it, but like y'all definitely had to have been miserable a little bit.
Yeah, I try to make it as like nice for him as possible. I always provide a nice vegan meal beforehand, and then I always provide all the beverages he needs.
That is excellent.
Yeah.
That is nice. You love to see that. So it's episode 94, Britt. Do you realize that? Do you realize we've done 94 of the or 93 of these things? We have a 94th in progress currently. But do you realize that is a lot of podcasts? But it also, 94 is other things. It's the atomic number of plutonium.
Wow.
A plot
I
device
like
in the
plutonium.
first Back to the Future film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They were the fucking Iranians were trying to buy it.
No. The Libyans.
Libyans.
The Libyans were trying to buy it.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the vagina.
Yeah, nice. I tried to go on I went on a date with a girl one time. She told me she was from Libya, and I was like, "Oh, so this isn't gonna happen, huh?" And then she got confused, and
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Libya sounds like lesbian.
I guess it does. So yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, that would have worked better if she was from Lesbos, the Greek isle. That would have made sense.
That's so obscure, though. Nobody's from Lesbos. Come on.
Yeah, there's people who are from Lesbos.
Yeah, lesbians.
From Libya.
It's my favorite part of the vagina.
Yeah.
Lesbos.
Fuck you. Hey.
Okay, speaking of my favorite part of the vagina, 94 is the direct dial code for international phone calls to Sri Lanka.
Oh, you all about that Sri Lanka pussy. Hey, baby, you look like you're from Sri Lanka. Why don't you come over here, sit on my lap?
Mm-hmm.
You got that Sri Lankan face looking like.
What is happening here?
Come sit on daddy lap. Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's all I got. There's no ISBN group identifier for 94.
Butt fuck.
I hate that. I was building up to that, and it looks like that's not a thing. So sad. It is a Smith number. I don't know what's a Smith number. A Smith number. In number theory, a Smith number is a composite number for which, in a given number base, the sum of its digits is equal to the sum of the digits in its prime factorization in the given number base. I barely understand what that means, but it's fine. It's fine.
Wait. I'm sorry. 94? You said it doesn't. It's not an ISBN number, man?
It doesn't. Well, at least it's not listed on the Wikipedia page.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm looking at the ISBN number Wikipedia page, and that's the Netherlands, my motherfucker.
We already did the Netherlands, though.
I don't know, man.
We definitely did the Netherlands recently. Netherlands must have multiple numbers. But hey, anyways.
Netherlands does have two numbers. Netherlands is also 90, which is interesting.
See? We did do the... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're doubling up. They got so many fucking books, baby.
Shout out to the Netherlands and their multiple ISBN group identifiers. Hey.
Oh yeah, that's hella sick, dog.
Yeah, speaking of hella sick shit, is it time for goth news?
Oh, why not? Hit us up with it.
Beneath the waning moon, it's goth news. Goth news for cool dudes.
Well, welcome to Goth News, brought to you by Diet Coke.
Oh, I've got a Coke Zero here.
Oh, pretty goth.
It's pastel goth.
Well, it's like they changed the color on it, which I don't like because it used to be Goth Coke and now it's not, and so I don't drink it at all anymore. Because
I like the taste of it. I haven't been a soda guy for a really long time, but it was Coke Zero really that like brought me into liking Coke. But it's this new flavor. Like I didn't like the old flavor that much, but the new flavor I think is excellent.
When they changed the packaging, you like the flavor more.
They changed the flavor a little bit, and I like the new flavor better. But that's
yeah. Well, this week in Goth News, this week Loudwire published an article with the title, and I'm not kidding you here, Why are Twitter and TikTok users calling Ghost Weezer for goths?
Okay. That's an incredible title of an article.
Yeah, someone was paid to write that article, I think, maybe.
Probably.
Apparently, somebody on Twitter said Ghost is just Weezer for goth kids, and it went viral. And then there's been a bunch of like other tweets about that, and it's got to be one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard in my life.
It's incredibly stupid. I love it though. That's great.
Especially since Weezer is way more goth than fucking Ghost.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that.
And that's like, I don't know, that's like calling like fucking, like King Diamond goth, I guess, because they're a cheap King Diamond ripoff.
King Diamond's pretty goth.
He is pretty goth, but he's like heavy metal for goth kids, but they're not like Weezer at all, really.
No.
I guess no. They're dumb. They're all bad dumb.
Yeah, I would actually argue that Weezer is not only more goth than Ghost, Weezer is more metal than Ghost too.
At this point, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but also like Weezer on the Blue album, they used HM2s, like the Boss HM2, which is the most iconic death metal guitar pedal. Like Weezer is more metal than Ghost.
Yeah,
unquestionably. This
Hashpipe. Hashpipe is early death metal.
I thought you were saying Hashpipe like hashtag, like you're like Hashpipe Weezer is metal.
Hashpipe Metoo.
That's the name of the episode. Okay, it's good. It's good stuff.
Further in goth news, we lost an important figure in goth this week. In goth obituaries, Charles Ward, owner and operator of an absolutely iconic recording studio, Rockfield Studios in Wales, UK, passed away this week.
What is that studio famous for?
Although not recognized for his name, Rockfield Studios is responsible for recording some of the most iconic goth acts to ever exist, including Bauhaus, Christian Death, The Damned, The Cult, Echo and the Bunnymen, Fields of Nephilim, and perhaps the most gothic band of all time, Him.
That's true.
And
Kings of Goth.
Rest easy, dog. Most importantly, stay dead.
Hell yeah.
And finally, in goth news this week, goth and pizza patriarch Papa John Schnatter was in Aspen, Colorado to watch the Tour de France with Lance Armstrong.
Cool. Isn't he disgraced?
Most famous for having one testicle and using steroids to be better on a bike, but still inferior to most people on a motorcycle.
Well done.
Schnatter also announced that he will be at he will be once again a conference speaker at CPAC, also known as Conservative Political Action Committee Conference, in Dallas this coming August 4th through 7th, to presumably give conservative business advice to people. Schnatter stepped down as CEO of Papa John's in 2018 after he blamed declining sales on football players protesting the treatment of black people in America, causing their stock to fall 30%. Then he used the N-word during a conference call.
Stop news, cool dudes. Oh my God, Britt, let me tell you about my morning. I had quite a morning. So,
my morning jacket?
Something like that. I took off my pants and jacket. So, last night I went out and got some drinks with a friend and went to a brewery. Had some beers. It was pretty good.
Cool.
I didn't go super hard, but I did have a few beers. They were.
You didn't puke all over yourself in the bathroom?
No.
Bummer.
I found that picture. I found that picture from when.
Send it to me.
I will.
Yeah, that's hard style, dog.
Yeah.
Hard style.
Yeah. So Fans will remember we talked about this on a past episode where we got super drunk at a brewery together.
Probably like episode 50 or 60, maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
Last summer, I think.
Last summer, yeah. And I puked all over myself. Well, there's a picture of it. It's great. Well, yeah. Anyways, so I did have 4 beers though. Like that's quite a few beers for me.
There are 4 beers.
yes. And so like that is a lot of beers for me. Typically, like 3 is like where my limit is going to be, unless I'm going to be in pain the next day. And that being said, they weren't super strong beers, so I wasn't feeling super shitty or anything by the time I got back. But I did not drink enough water last night, and I'm feeling it. So I woke up this morning at like 10:45, and I was like, oh, shit, man. I got a headache. I got to deal with this shit. So there's a 7-Eleven right across the street from my apartment, and I was going to go walk over there, and I was trying to find my sunglasses because it's like bright as fuck outside. I have like a horrible headache, and I'm like, I just need to get to 7-Eleven, get iced coffee and some Gatorade. And so, okay, I got to explain one other thing about this apartment. There is no key to this apartment. There's no key to the building. The only way you can get in and out of anywhere is with your phone because it's all controlled through an app.
What?
Yes.
That's a terrible idea.
So
there's no backup way? They don't give you like a key fob or anything just in case?
No. So
oh my god.
So hold on. So
that's the worst. That's the dumbest tech bro bullshit I've ever heard.
So there is there is a backup. There's a backup. Hold on.
Okay. So there is a back door. Like
well,
literally.
Not exactly. So any of the doors that you control, like for example, I control 2 doors because I have a door that goes to the street, which is right there, and then a door that goes to the hallway, which is over there. Now,
and how'd that guy get in your apartment?
The girl? She walked into the door that faces the street. Just fucking walked in because I forgot to lock the door. That happened on our last Soy Trek episode. Listen to our Wrath of Khan episode if you want to know that story. But like, so what you can do, so any of the doors that you control through the app, you can set like a code, like a backup code that you can punch in on the door to get in.
Okay.
Now I have not done this because whatever. I always have my phone, except for today.
Spencer, you goddamn dumbass.
yes. So this is what happened. So I wake up and I'm like, I feel like shit. And I'm like kind of like stumbling around. I like get some clothes on, and then I'm trying to find my sunglasses because it's like bright as fuck outside. I can't find them. And I'm like, yeah, I think they're in my car. Yeah, I'll just go grab them from my car on my way to go to 7-Eleven. So I like leave the house and I lock the door, and the door doesn't lock automatically. You have to like press a thing to like lock the door. So I close the door and I lock it. I go to my car. My sunglasses are not in my car. And then I go back in the house and realize I don't have my phone. And I never set up the backup code. So I'm like, all right, well, this sucks. So I walk to like the office of the building. And there's typically one person there, but there's like 3 people there this time. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, well, cool. So I'm like, hey, I locked myself out and I don't have my phone. Can you help me get into my apartment? And then they're like, yeah, sure. But your apartment is not rented by you. It's rented by this other company. And then you're the person staying there. So I actually have to call them to verify you are who you say you are. Cool. And so I'm like, okay, let's go. Thankfully, I had like my ID with me, or else like that would have been fucked. But I had my ID with me, so they call the person, and they actually like get a hold of them, and it's like going pretty quickly, and they're like, okay, cool, they figure that out, and then the lady generates a code for me for the door, and then writes the code down so slowly. It took her so long to write it down. So I'm standing there, and I'm like feeling incredibly hungover and shitty, and just like a sad piece of crap. And I'm just like standing there and just waiting, and she's writing so slowly, and then hands me the note, and then her handwriting is weird, and I'm like not sure what the numbers are, and I have to be like, hey, what is that? Is that a 7? Okay, never trust anybody who writes a 7 with the line through it. No.
I use that. It's so much better because then you might get it confused with a 2 if I don't.
We'll
do
see
that.
what happened is like her top part of the 7 was like curved over, so it looked like a 4. And because she did the line and then it was like kind of curved over, and so it looks like a 4, and I like wasn't sure. I was like, this is
Oh,
7.
like a closed 4. I like a closed 4.
Yeah, I like a closed 4.
Like a closed foreskin. That's why I usually bring paper clips to playtime.
It wouldn't like clothespins work better than paper clips?
Yeah, but they don't hurt as much.
Oh yeah, okay. That makes sense. And so anyways, like after that I was able to get into my apartment, but it sucked because then I went to 7-Eleven and they didn't have any iced coffee, and it was stupid. So that was my morning. It was dumb. But I made myself suffer, and I figured we all want to hear about me suffering. So there you
Yeah, I'll probably cut that one out. You want to go to a bucket fact?
Let's do it.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact. Weird and maybe urgent and kind of fucked up bucket fact today. That is some recent bucket news.
Yes.
This Wednesday, Buckethead posted a message to his official website saying, 10 of the most important guitars of life were stolen. It's a tremendous loss.
Yep.
I'll never really be able to replace them, but I'm looking for anybody who knows of any instruments that come close to these. Hopefully somebody can help out. I'm trying to get 2 studio Gibson Les Pauls.
Mm-hmm.
Please contact service@bucketheadpikes.com. Thank you. One of the guitars was a very recognizable 2008 Gibson Buckethead signature with a black headstock.
Oh, black headstock. Huh?
Yeah, the guitars were reportedly in a storage unit somewhere in Arizona that was broken into and stolen from. And this one guitar was sold at a swap meet in Phoenix back in the beginning of June. Thankfully, it was purchased by a bucket bot who recognized the guitar, who sold it to another bucket bot who is trying now to get it back to Buckethead, and they like made a video about it and everything, which is pretty awesome.
Holy shit, I didn't hear that part of it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yesterday, Buckethead posted a brief message to his website saying, "It means so much to me, all the people that have reached out. Thank you for the kindness and patience."
So nice.
Yeah.
We so rarely get a statement, you know? Like,
yeah. That's a real statement from the Buckethead right there.
He so rarely interacts, you know? It's always interesting to see.
Indeed. So it looks like the community is coming together and making sure Big B is taken care of, which is about exactly what I expected to happen, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, ah.
Yeah. Everyone like freaked out on all the Buckethead message boards and stuff, and a couple of bucket bots sent me messages about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. I'm gonna put it out there for people.
Hell yeah, of course.
So thanks to all the bucket bots out there for helping to make this right. Y'all are what makes the Buckethead community great.
What's so awesome about that too is that like his fan base and his like whole subculture is like so into him, and his shit is so like iconic in a way. It's like it's so noticeable, right?
Yeah, no one is ever going to be able to play one of those guitars in public without it being questioned.
Yeah, right? Like it will never happen. So it's like I feel like there, at least in this circumstance, there's probably a pretty good chance that like at least some of that stuff is.
I'm pretty sure a lot of them will surface and get back to him. That hopefully that's what.
Love to see it.
Bucket facts.
We
listen
to
Pikes
Week. Pike 280.
Pike 281.
And Pike 282.
In Dreamland,
the sea remembers its own.
And Toys R Us Tantrums.
Some great titles this week. Great titles.
Some super duper good titles.
Love to see them. Pike 280.
In Dreamland, released on March 16th, 2020, or at least available for physical release at that point, but released digitally sometime later that year, I think in September.
Huh, okay.
Which is 14 days after the previous Pike, Skeleton Keys.
How many days? 14?
14 days.
2
weeks.
A fortnight.
A fortnight. Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Speaking of Fortnite, really quick. So at my work, there's like, do you know what Slack is? Are you familiar with Slack?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Slack.
Slack is just Discord
That's
for
what
business.
I do all day at work. So I slack off.
Hey,
what's up, everybody?
Hey,
what's up? I got him.
Yeah,
I got him.
Got him.
Now,
Got it. Hashtag got him. Hashpipe got him.
It's like a group chat specifically for work.
Yeah, well, it's like Discord for work, more specifically.
Yeah, it's a group chat for work.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of different like channels though and whatnot. You can subscribe and unsubscribe to them.
And there's different functions and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
you
can code different functions into it.
Yeah, and it's fine, whatever. There's a channel on there for people to like sell stuff. It's like Craigslist, but just internal for work. And I spend a lot of time looking at that channel because I think it's interesting. Because like there are some sus posts, let's just say. I saw one the other day where somebody was trying to sell a 1080p TV for $400. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, bro, it's 2022.
I mean, how big?
Like it was like a
if it was like an 80-inch
no, it was
TV.
60 inch. 60 inch.
Oh, just 60 inch?
Yeah.
No, that's like 4K TVs that size sometimes
Bro,
on sale.
My old 55 inch 4K 4K HDR whatever TV was $280 new.
Damn.
And that was in 2020. So it's like, I don't know, man. That's just like a crazy thing. That's a crazy proposition. The best post I've seen in there was the other day where somebody literally typed, they said, "Hi, I am looking to buy Fortnite game disc PS4 ?
Isn't it free?
Fortnite is a free-to-play downloadable game. There is no game disc."
Cool.
Yep.
I love this generation of people because there's still people that exist. Like one of my favorite things is I always have to go. I go to a lot of grocery stores because there's a lot of deals and stuff I'm looking.
The deals
for.
are real. You gotta get them.
Deals are real. So this week, for some reason, I think it's because it's the middle of the summer. For some reason, like everywhere, like catapulted the price of Diet Coke this week.
Oh.
And so a lot of Diet Coke, usually you can find like
12 packets like $6 usually, something like that.
Yeah,
$6, $7.
Yeah, I mean, you can usually find a sale at most places where you get a 3 12 packs for between, I'd say, $12 to $15.
Yeah.
It's usually a good deal.
Yeah.
Like everywhere around me has had it for like $8 or $9 for 12 pack recently. So like 24 to 27, like almost $30 after tax for like that, which is like, double what it usually is.
That sucks.
I'm like, what the fuck? And so like only Walgreens has it, and only one Walgreens around here has it. But all the Walgreens around here also have something magical that I like to call Redbox. And Redbox exists in this weird place and time, and for people who like still only really do physical media,
which is just absolutely insane. Like
it's insane that like those things still like turn a profit or something, and people are still opening new ones.
So I've thought about Redbox a lot because like I don't understand it. I've never used a Redbox. Like, why would I? Like,
I've used one a couple times because like I actually used it. Yeah, I've used it a couple times to actually get movies in there that are like brand new, that are like only released on
Sure, sure,
Redbox
sure, sure.
that I want to rip, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a $3 rental. That's as much as it costs to get one from, like Scarecrow Video. So whatever. I might have actually gotten the fucking Fred Durst film,
Oh,
the Fanatic.
the fanatic. The
Fanatic, yeah,
yeah,
Fanatic,
yeah.
yeah.
We watched that together.
But
A great
but
film.
anyway,
Devon Sawa.
so the great thing about Redbox is you get to see people there,
Uh
and like what kind of people still
huh.
use physical media.
Yeah.
And yesterday there was this guy who like existed in a weird place and time that I can only describe as like he exists in the Bon Jovi verse still. Like he was wearing like leather chaps and he was riding a bike and like on a steel horse he rode. He was wanted, dead or a chode. And, I don't know. But he was like still definitely like living in the 80s and like it was so good because he had the leather chaps, right?
Yeah, as you do.
As with all chaps, they were assless. He had the fucking like the bedazzled butt jeans on.
Oh fuck yes! Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, dude, I know exactly the jeans you're talking about. The ones like the Ed Hardy style, like they've got like the crosses on them.
True Religion, I
Oh
think.
yeah, oh,
True
True
Religion.
Religion.
I think they were True Religion.
That rocks.
And I was just like, look at this piece of meat. He was probably like 50, 55 years old. Looked like he just like went tanning every day for the last 20 years. It was just like a sausagey man living in a Bon Jovi time and space.
That fucking rocks. He's slippery when wet, I'll tell you.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He's always wet. He's a wet human being.
Yeah. That fucking is sick. Like,
yeah, you know what else was pretty wet? Pike 280 in Dreamland.
It's a great segue. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in Dreamland is a pretty solid melodic mellow pike. It's a very ambient.
Yeah, it's heavily acoustic or like just clean guitar. The drum programming on here is awesome.
It is. I would say the drum programming on all three of these pikes is excellent.
Oh, and I also want to mention. So this is the album with a cover that we talked about on a very a fucking I don't know, probably in a Bucket Fact in like the 50s, probably somewhere in there, episode 50 something. This is the pier at Long Beach, which is or that's what it is like behind him, because like the mountains are behind him, like line up to that, and apparently that's where the Pike used to be, which is a theme park that I think that the Pikes are named after.
Wow, that's heavy. Deep bucket lore here.
Very
bucket
deep
lore. Yeah, no, this one was really nice, especially because like I listened to all three of these albums this morning, and this was the first one I listened to, obviously, and I was very hungover and in pain, and it was a very chill and nice listen while I walked to the farmer's market to buy peaches.
Nice. Yeah, so started with a really nice track called In Dreamland, a titular track. Kind of a very 90s acoustic track to start out. The beginning kind of sounds like an intro to like a Clapton Unplugged song.
It kind of reminded me a bit of like Dire Straits. There's like some clean guitar, like soloing sort of stuff over it.
That's what it turns into.
Yeah.
Like after the very Eric Clapton intro, it becomes like a clean guitar. A lot of it's finger picked over synth pads.
Yeah.
And the drum programming is really cool. There's a lot of like nuance in there.
Yeah.
Like there's a part where he just does a thing with the snare wires, kind of. It almost sounds like it's like a real drum when that happens. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Really, really, really cool and dynamic. It is a little long though, because this song is
14 minutes and 40 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, and the whole album runs 29:15, so this is almost half the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other songs are similar. They're in the same kind of vein. They're a little different.
They have different parts to it. The second track, Sigahia.
Hey, I don't know if you can say that on Twitch.
Siga. Yeah. I imagine this is like something he learned in meditation class, but
Oh, yeah.
like much like an Indian symbol, I think it's been appropriated by the wrong people.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's a nice, cool song with an incredibly simple guitar melody.
Mhm.
Where he's just like doing volume swells and like really simple slides between notes. But the song constructed around it is just really beautiful and lush and like hopeful sounding. It's 8 minutes long, which is a little bit, but it's like really soundtracky and it just really works for me.
Definitely, it's really soundtracky. Like,
Yeah.
the second to last song on this one in particular is like the
Yeah.
most soundtracky to me. It sounds like the
Dream Bridge?
it sounds like the
Yeah.
like menu music for like a Western game. Like
Okay, I feel that.
that's what it reminded me of the most. Yeah, it's very but yeah, like a lot of this stuff felt really soundtracky, especially because like, and this is a common theme among this album and the two after it, but like the mixes are great and it sounds
mixing is
very
really good.
big and
Production's
lush
great, yeah.
and like, yeah, it is really cool.
Yeah, it sounds like you ever been into a Lush store where they sell like soaps and bath bombs and stuff?
Yeah.
It sounds like one of those.
Yeah, it does. It does.
That's how the production is.
Yeah. It rocks.
Like if the smells in a Lush store
Uh-huh.
was an album production, it's like that.
Oh man. You know what? And I actually I gotta admit it, I misspoke. I was talking about the next album when I was talking about that Western song. The
Yeah, I was like, I don't,
Yeah.
I didn't really remember it being that Western because,
Yeah.
yeah, track 3, The Dream Bridge, does sound a lot like track 2.
Yeah.
It does the same kind of like simple slides
Mhm.
thing, volume swells, really beautiful acoustic guitar part on that one though.
Definitely. Like I am always a fan of his acoustic stuff, and this is
Yeah.
this is the sort of acoustic stuff that I generally like. I feel like this one is a pretty strong like ambient Buckethead album. It's
Mhm.
pretty good.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your favorite like naturally occurring ambient sound? You know, you got like crickets at night, you got like birds chirping, you got like
Unfortunately, we don't have crickets
garbage
here really
trucks.
in Washington.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, especially where I live in Kirkland, we don't have really many ambient sounds. Like some from the highway, because that's like half a mile
You love a
away or something.
highway.
A life is a
I
highway.
want to ride
you know?
it.
And I want to fucking suck that dong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Docking like
Uh,
docking.
Yeah, I also really wanted to shout out the last song on Pike 280 in Dreamland here, Blueberries.
Mhm.
It is just a really fun driving acoustic rock song. Great energy. Made me feel good.
Nice.
Made me feel real good.
Hell yeah. I can get behind
Made my berries blue, if you know what I'm saying.
that.
Because I didn't have time to jack off before we started the podcast.
Why don't you just jack off while we do the podcast? I mean, it's fine. You can do it during a bucket void. I'm mostly talking.
Yeah, but then my yes handing is gonna be yes
Yeah, you have to keep making jokes. Like you're not allowed to stop doing that, but you can masturbate at the same time, and if you can accomplish both, I'll allow it. I don't necessarily need to see it though. I mean, I guess if you want to show me, that's fine. But
I don't. I mean, yeah, just crop it out because I don't think that's allowed on Twitch or
well,
Facebook.
we can't see your waist. You could probably get away with whatever. Speaking of getting away with it, Pike 281.
The Sea Remembers Its Own, released on March 16th, 2020, same day as in Dreamland.
Holy shit.
But that's when it was available for order and apparently physically released, but it wasn't released until October of that year in digital format.
Nice.
This is a pretty short Pike, clocking in at just under 28 minutes, 27.59.
Interesting. This
Yeah.
Pike fucking rocks, though. This is my favorite Pike of the week.
It's pretty
awesome.
cool. It's got some interesting stuff in here. Some very very Buckethead alt rock type stuff, but also some like interesting stuff. The first track, especially Reflection on the
Uh-huh.
Clouds, goes a lot of
Yeah.
places. It's not
It's
like super frantic like like his Jeopardy backwards type
yeah,
stuff, but he does like a bunch of different genres,
totally.
and it's really
And it's
cool.
super riffy and like the mix is fantastic. Like the drum programming is
Very
like really, really good. Like there's a lot of energy in it, which is nice.
Mhm.
Very energetic and like yeah, like you said, it goes a lot of places and those riffs are pretty good. Pretty nice. Like and what I liked about this album so much was that it had that like high energy like kind of metal hard rock riffing, but it also had like that cool westerny ambient acoustic song and like I I don't know. It has a lot of cool stuff on this album and like the mix is so good, the programming is so good. It's awesome.
The last song, Cauldron's
It's a
Calling,
new
is
metal
really
song.
it's yeah, it's kind of I almost said it's like a sludgy gent song. I guess yeah, new metal kind
It's
of
pretty it,
describes it.
that like main like chuggy riff sounds so new metal to me. He does like
Yeah,
weird
it
like
is.
funky stuff in there too, but like
It actually yeah almost does feel like fucking like West Borland type.
it is
So
very West Borlandy riffing. Like honestly.
it's very very a big dumb face pilled. Big dumb face
Oh
pilled.
man, I don't know if we want to let people become big dumb face pilled. That's
We've already talked about it on one of our bonus episodes, or album of the year podcast,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think, or the one after that, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, other good tracks on here. Great track name here. Not my favorite track though. The Triangle's
That's
Mind.
so good.
It's a great track name. Really good track. Number two, The Sea Remembers Its Own. Like really good acoustic rock. Huge synth pads under it. He's using a lot of like the keyboards aren't becoming like a main thing lately, but they're becoming like a lot more prominent in their backing.
Yeah,
And I think he's getting a lot more confident with the keyboard parts, and I
yeah,
think he should because they're cool keyboard parts. He's good at it.
yeah. Genuinely, like it's
Whoever is doing
yeah,
them.
it's cool
Yeah.
to hear more of that stuff. It really helps fill out the sound, and like there are a lot of pikes with some real basic
It
production. You know what I mean? Like,
really helps fill the Insalmo.
no, we don't want to do
Maybe you don't.
that. Ugh.
Does though? Zach Wild,
uh,
Rex Brown,
yeah, Rex Brown. Yeah.
some other guy on drums. Who was playing drums on
Charlie Bennett
the?
from Anthrax.
Good. He's
He's
really
really
good.
good,
That's
man.
actually a great decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's so dumb. I hate it. I hate the Pantera reunion. It's not a real Pantera reunion. It feels
Why not?
well because the
Because they're not going to go to Golden Corral.
they're still probably gonna go to Golden Corral.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
are.
are.
It's almost like we got to do it for our
Uh
brothers.
huh. Yeah, they're gonna have to.
I need to bring back that map where I I did the damage plan tour
Right,
like superimposed over the map of fucking location. That was great use of data
dude.
analytics. I need to
Yeah,
bring that back.
that's such a like
I'm gonna put that in my
such a
portfolio.
dense joke. I love it so much.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it is.
But I don't remember what I was saying. It doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Pantera reunion
Yeah,
sucks.
it was before that.
Uh,
But you know, Pantera reunion does suck. But what band do you think like a reunion of would be like like the worst?
Jimi Hendrix.
Wow, that's a really good answer. I mean, like, yeah, any band that's like defined by their like by one person more than
Yeah.
anybody else, I feel like is not going to be a great reunion.
Hmm.
They did that like death reunion thing a few years ago. Do you remember that?
Death for
Death for
All,
All.
and that I heard that was actually pretty
And that
good.
that is
They
pretty
got
sick though.
competent people to
They
do
just
it,
got like a bunch of dudes that played in Death, and they all toured
and
together.
then
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
That's
that's pretty
cool.
cool.
I feel like that was a good use of that, even though that is one of those bands where I feel like it is kind of defined by one person. It felt like a very like that felt respectful in the way
Yeah.
that the Pantera thing does not. The Pantera thing
Yeah,
feels
the
like
thing too that-
we are capitalizing
like,
on the
metal-
fact that those dudes are dead because they wouldn't have done this, or
Right.
Vinny would never have done this. So we're doing it now.
Vinny wouldn't go,
Vinny-
man.
that is the second Eddie would go joke you have made within the past week, and I love to see it. I just gotta shout that out. Hashpipe Eddie would go.
You know, let's just. I'm gonna start spamming Eddie would go shit, or Eddie would boldly go shit on fucking Star Trek Twitter.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Mm.
Or just like Eddie would go, and then you just have like Iron Maiden's Eddie on a surfboard. There's actually probably art of that already. You just put Eddie would go over
Yeah,
it.
yeah, there definitely
There you
is.
go. Memes make themselves.
Or like Ed would go, and it's the monkey from the fucking Whoopi Goldberg film, the monkey that plays baseball.
Oh,
or
right.
whatever.
Or just Ed would go, and it's just like Ed Wood.
Ooh, Ed Wood, I
Yeah.
like that actually a lot. Yeah. Or it's Johnny Depp as
Yeah.
Ed Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was just a picture of Johnny Depp from the Amber Heard trial, and it just says Ed would go.
That was-
It's so dense.
That doesn't
No,
make any
get it.
sense.
Yeah.
Pike 282. Toys R Us Tantrums, released on March 30th, 2020. 14 days. A fortnight after In Dreamland.
Want to buy Fortnite PS4 game disc?
I do want to. As long as it's a game disc of Toys R Us Tantrums.
I know a thing or two about Toys R Us tantrums.
I know you do. Wait till the end of this album because I'm going to ask.
Okay.
So this is 14 days after both In Dreamland and The Sea Remembers Its
Oh, yeah.
Own. Yeah, this one's 6 tracks, all different names, 28 minutes and 28 seconds all
Ooh,
together.
28.
Let's get it on!
Yeah.
Track 1, Toys R Us Tantrums. Pretty sick.
Mhm.
Epic metal song. It goes a lot of places. Kind of almost reminds me of something like 2000s Devin Townsend.
Okay. I can see that.
Because it's like it's very melodic, but it's like proggy. There's some psychedelic stuff, like heavy melodic metal stuff, and he's still using a lot of keyboards.
Oh yeah.
Really into the keyboards, even though he's doing some metal shit, and it's pretty.
Yeah,
sick.
it is pretty sick. This Pike is, I feel like, pretty similar to the last Pike, but it's like a little less diverse.
It's a little more
It's a little
metal.
more metal.
Yeah.
And the songs are
Except
a little more
for,
similar
I don't know.
to each other.
It depends, because like track 5, Plaid is
Right.
like a beautiful like Will Ackerman type new
That's
age
true.
song.
That's true. Yeah.
It doesn't really fit in with anything else because everything else is all kind of metal. And then track 6 is just a live song, which is like
It's
we really need
fine.
to do that. We don't need the live songs to end them out,
Dude,
but I guess he's like trying to.
Oh,
Huh?
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then we also have a song here with a backstory. Track 3, Statue for
That's what I was gonna
Bootsy.
say. Track 3 fucking slaps.
Pretty
It's
good.
so cool. There's
It's
some
a-
sick like Iron Maiden style like harmonized guitar leads. It's like it's pretty
Yeah,
sick.
it's very like arena
Yeah,
metal. It's
it's
pretty
pretty
cool.
rad.
So he actually originally made this song as a single before he released it on an album. It was a single on his Bandcamp. There was like $1 or $2, and all proceeds went to a fund to try to build a statue of Bootsy Collins, and I think Cincinnati, where he's
Oh,
from.
that rules. He deserves a
I
statue.
know. Oh, absolutely. So, but then he released it on this album, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, it's a cool song. It's really rad. I didn't know the backstory behind it. It's pretty neat. If you could build a statue of any musician, who would you pick? I know my answer.
Phil Spector.
Nice. I was gonna say Seth Putnam.
He's more of a poet, I'd say.
Yeah, that's true.
A poet
Yeah,
laureate.
yeah. We should like Okay, how do people get Nobel Prizes for literature? Can we nominate Seth Putnam every year? Is that a thing we can do?
No, we have to be on the Nobel committee, so, and that's like secret and
Well,
shit.
I have a new goal. Get on the Nobel committee to get fucking Seth Putnam a Nobel Prize posthumously.
Or we could try to get him like a MacArthur Genius Grant. Like fucking, let me just like fucking find out where John Zorn lives and bother him because he's allowed to nominate people because he's a MacArthur Genius Grant recipient, which is like, yeah, they gave him $500,000 for being a genius.
When was that?
Late 90s or early 2000s,
That's
I think.
a lot of money for that time. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, and the thing is too, it pays out I think in 10 years at like $50,000 a year, so it's taxed a lot less, and it's made so you're able to just kind of like do what you want, which is pretty sick.
Insanely sick, actually.
Yeah, and they give it to like, I don't know, a bunch of people a year, like 50 people a year or something at this point, from all sorts of disciplines and stuff, not just a grindcore saxophone.
Though I would argue that's probably the best use of our taxpayer money over the past 20 years.
Yeah. that I mean, it's not a government thing. So
it's not?
No, the MacArthur Genius Grant is like a private, not-for-profit thing.
All right. Well, that's a good use. That's a good philanthropic use.
Yeah, that's a good Phil and Salmo use.
I almost said Phil Inspector use, but
yeah. Phil Spector's pretty naughty.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Dude, that hair. So interesting.
Yeah, dude, that hair is sick as fuck, man. That's iconic.
Yeah.
This track 4, "The Kids That Rain Lightning," is a pretty cool mid-tempo melodic alt metal song. Nothing really out of the ordinary, but there's some pretty cool like doubling guitar and like some cool guitars mixed into the back with like reverb and stuff. And he's cool melodic
that is actually
stuff.
something that I noticed. The mix, just the mixes are so much more ambitious, I feel like, than they have been in a while, or maybe ever in the Pikes. Like these last few that we've listened to, maybe the last 10, maybe I feel like have been like they're more album-like than
I'd say so.
Previous ones,
except for like I don't know, the including the fucking live track is not album-like.
Yeah,
at all.
that's a good point.
That's not as ambitious. That's more masturbitious.
Speaking of Phil Spector,
which is what I do on the Amtrak when I take the train.
Yeah, of course. Speaking of Phil Spector, who's your favorite music-related person who killed someone?
Chester Bennington from
Canceled. Cool. Well, that's it. That's the Pikes. Hell yeah. Some bangers, some albums, some tunes, some Saturday tunes for us here at Bucketcast.
Did it.
I'm gonna pee, and then we're gonna go into the bucket void.
Well, I'm gonna get 3 more Diet Cokes.
That's a lot of Diet Coke, bro.
I have drank 3 Diet Cokes since speaking.
I've drank 2, so.
Well, fuck you.
You're winning. Wait, are you gonna drink 6 Diet Cokes? That seems like a bad idea. Don't be Donald Trump.
I was gonna say Donald Trump did like a 12 a day, man.
Yeah, that doesn't make your situation better. Back in the saddle again, as they say.
Like Aerosmith sings.
Yep.
I'm back. You know what? My parents used to go, "I'm back in Ski-Daddle again," talking about Seattle when we lived in Alaska. That was the thing my like dad sang, and thinking about it makes me want to die.
Yeah, understandable. Speaking of wanting to die, I think it's time to go into the bucket void.
Yeah, let's do it, baby. Let's die.
Statements from the bucket boy.
Bucket boy.
God, we're here. It's the part of the show where we look at YouTube and we talk about the things they're talking about. 'Cause jokes. I don't know. Let's get to it. YouTube user Walker Farnsworth says 11 months ago.
Wrong.
The dude's 6'4". Of course he's into basketball.
6'6". Wrong. Next.
Calron27 says 1 year ago, saving 2020 one pike at a time. And Josiah Tyson responds 11 months ago. I guess I'm kind of off topic, but do anyone know a good website to stream newly released series online?
Shut the fuck up, Josiah Tyson.
Yes.
You dumb son of a bitch. What are you doing?
Yeah, that was a great question.
Oh. The only stream you should be doing is throwing yourself into a stream and drowning.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So Seeker420 says 1 year ago today, in a comment in which every word has at least 2 spaces between it, but sometimes 3 spaces. So I'm going to read it like it is typed. Wow. That live song at the end of this pike is capital S sublime.
No, it's not sublime. They made much worse music.
Yes, they did. They did.
No.
Yep, nailed it.
Yeah, you know who practices Santeria? Shitty cover bands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, though they're still probably playing it better than Sublime played it.
Yeah.
William Leckrone says 11 months ago, at the end of the day, no matter what kind of depression you're going through, what bad times you got going on in your life, turn on some of this music, Buckethead. Okay, healing music.
Okay, healing music.
That was the part that got it for me, was the okay healing music.
I would definitely say that In Dreamland is some okay healing music.
Yeah.
Good kind of music to get a massage to or a rub nap
Yeah.
to.
There should be more rub joints that use Buckethead music, don't you think?
You know what I bet Hillary Clinton's 30,000 deleted emails were?
Mm-hmm.
Rub maps.
Oh yeah.
Just all rub map spam. They she signed up for it once.
No, Bill signed
All
up for it with her email. He was like, I gotta find a hand job. Yes. Anyways, Flash Peter 625 says 1 year ago edited. I am at 029. I have to buy this. Buckethead has a smart marketing strategy. Make 170 hours of music, from which at least 24 hours are amazing, and sell it all at a really cheap per piece. No artist got more money from me, and it is $2, $4 at a time. Of course, this marketing strategy only works if you are a genius and a virtuoso and can record a new album every other day. And I wish more people would know and buy his art.
Flash Peter, do you think he likes to show his penis to people who don't know what's coming
Yes,
to
definitely.
What does 625 mean? Is that 6.25 inches?
I would doubt it. I mean, this is a Buckethead comment section.
Or no, Flash Peter, the fucking book of the Bible to 625.
Let's look that up, actually.
I'm going to. I don't know if there is a. Well, 1 Peter 6:25.
Here it is. I got it right here. 6 to 25. 25. Oh wait. All flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of the grass. The grass withers, and its flower falls away, but the word of the Lord endures forever.
Is that 625 or is that 125?
1 Peter 6:25.
Okay, I can't really see it. It's all blurry on my screen.
Oh wait, no, that's not correct. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you're
saying.
right. It's 1 Peter 1:6.
I don't think there's a Peter 625 or a Peter 62:5.
Damn. Okay, we read a Bible verse for nothing. I hate that.
Wait.
Yeah. Fuck the Bible.
No. Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, I don't believe the Bible exists.
The Bible's for
Yeah.
dum-dums. That's the worst children's book ever made.
Now, here we have a rare example of an argument between two bucket bots. Britt, would you be kind enough to read the first comment?
Yeah, so Nicholas Brassu says 1 year ago, at Mr. Hyde, wasn't a complaint, but you have to agree, the music is becoming predictable.
And Mr. Hyde responds, #boo!
#me boo.
That's the new Casper movie as their tagline.
He fucking like inappropriately touches Wendy with the broom, and she's like, "Oh, okay, people have to know about this."
Mehdi Chiheb returns and says 1 year ago, "Is this what is inside the bucket? Death is executed. Face, biped, weird land structure. Who is that person on the horizon? And the hand belongs to whom? What a strange universe!"
Okay, man.
I love this dude.
That's the thing.
One of my favorite commenters. He's great.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we're past the point of Jordan Vine, aren't we?
I have
I
not
haven't
seen
seen
Jordan
Jordan
Vine in a
Vine.
while. Believe me, I would have got some Vine
Yeah.
for us.
I think we might be post Vine.
I
at
hate
this
that.
point.
I'm sad about that. I want to see more Vine. I mean, he posted in 2020. It is possible that like he will show up on these. It's possible, but I don't know.
I'm not going to be too hopeful. I think something happened. Maybe he died of COVID. I think Jordan.
What if he was like an anti-masker and he like died of COVID?
That would be something.
Yeah, it would be something. Yeah.
That would be
Well,
something.
Mary Shaughnessy says 1 year ago today. There's a response to this one. You can go ahead and read the response, Britt.
Oh, dude, fuck.
What?
I guess good thing I'm recording on Zoom. I'm just gonna have to use that. I have been recording in a loop.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow. Good call on recording the Zoom meeting, man. Wow, that saved us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if I'm recording. Yeah, I'm still recording.
That's cool. Yeah, still send me your track. That sucks. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's still a pretty decent recording on the Zoom
Yeah, I
end.
mean, your
So-
audio sounds fine. I mean, it is
Yeah.
in only the left channel, but that's fixable.
Oh, am I still only in
Yeah.
the left channel?
You've even when
Oh.
you were doing the stuff with Pat, both of you were just in the left channel.
Oh, I thought you said that was fixed. I asked you, and you said it was. So okay. I thought I'd fixed that. Shit.
That's okay. So so on the stream and everything, I down mixed you to mono, so we're both in mono. It's fine.
Okay.
It don't matter. We good. But yeah, go ahead and read the response here. But Mary Shaughnessy says 1 year ago, "Who the F is the one down vote? Go away."
Quintech Mamp says it's usually Slash.
Which, yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, Slash is definitely all over YouTube downvoting Buckethead.
Buckethead Pike videos, specifically.
Uh-huh.
He's like, yeah, I don't support that. I have to go write another album with Miles Kennedy and the conspirators. Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
Took-
What conspiracy do you think? Do you think they were part of January 6th?
yeah. I think they started off as like moon landing hoax guys, and then got into the 9/11 truther movement, and now they're big like.
Now they're Moonies. Now they're with the Korean Unification
yeah,
Church.
exactly. There you go. Yeah. you don't love Buckethead, I can't trust you, Hildy, says 1 year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Buckethead, you are the only one who helps me out of the lies the world is spreading.
Man, what have you been spreading lately, Spencer?
My seed.
Interesting.
Uh,
I've been spreading a lot of hummus on things.
dude,
Hummus is really good.
rocks. I have some pitas in my
Yeah.
fridge and some hummus. I have no excuse to not go to Hummus Town later. Could be pretty good. I love a hummus. How do you feel about dessert hummus? This is the thing I'm not that into.
Hate it.
Yeah, I don't
Hate
think
it.
it's good. I don't really get
I
it.
haven't had one I like. That's
Yeah.
great. They're always on sale because people don't buy them because
Yeah.
they suck. People buy them once and then they're like, dessert dip is like
It
whatever.
is so whatever. And like they're always at a grocery outlet. Anytime I go there, there's always like a ton of like dessert hummus shit. And like you just said, I bought it once and I was like, and
It's like don't be a pussy. Most frosting is like vegan. Just get a tub of frosting and eat that.
totally.
Like
Frosting, you're
Like
gonna
a
have a
real
better
person.
time, you know.
yeah, much better time.
Phantom Alucard says 1 year ago,
Uh-huh.
need to find a way to jam a bit on the JRE podcast. Keep up the brilliant work, KFC. And then a bunch of emojis.
Well, if you like the Joe Rogan experience and Buckethead jamming, I don't know
Yeah,
what to
that's
tell
it.
you. Find something different. You know what you hear.
I
Back
like they
off.
said, keep up the brilliant work, KFC. Buckethead is not affiliated with KFC.
No, but JRE and KFC, they're both 3-letter anagrams, so they work
That's
together
true.
with the CIA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. CIA, FBI, KFC.
KFC, JRE, all the 3-letter organizations. you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mhm.
Kevin Roach says 1 year ago,
If you had to work for a 3-letter organization, which one would it be?
JRE, obviously. No.
Really? What would it be? Really?
3-letter organization. I guess maybe AT&T, because I could do some kind of.
An ampersand is kind of a
fuck
letter,
off.
Spencer.
Okay, I don't know. What about you? What do you got? There's no cool ones.
FRT. You know what I'm saying?
You
Gotcha.
got him. Kevin Roach says 1 year ago edited, I find it very interesting that he releases this one very close to the 5th anniversary of the El Faro sinking. Hurricane Joaquin took 33 American mariners down with the ship. R.I.P. Did Buckethead know any mariners? Maybe just a coincidence.
Is that what Joaquin Phoenix was doing before he acted?
Yeah, probably. Or he was being a hurricane.
No. Was this the same Joaquin as in Star Trek II, The Search for Spock?
Whoa. Star Trek II, The Search for Spock?
Yeah, the Star Trek II, The Search for the Spock on.
I think you actually mean Joaquin. Oh yeah, he was in Star Trek 2. I see. I was confused because I thought he was in the first movie. It doesn't matter. I got Decker and him confused. They look the same.
Joaquin Neelix, I think.
Oh
is his name.
yeah. Right. Joaquin Tucson.
Joaquin Tuvix.
Oh, God, no. Okay, this one is dense and insane. This dude had a lot of comments, but like
I actually read this one
it's-
earlier.
it's interestingly written. I guess I would say. So
It's a bit Jordan
it is a bit, yeah. Andrej Stemmel says 1 year ago, Dear Poly 8, as the uploader that uploaded this Buckethead album.
Yeah.
Says, thank God that you're releasing all the Bucky tracks and CDs. He spells Bucky Bucki, which I've never seen before.
Uh-huh.
Because here in Switzerland, you can't really buy the whole Pike series. I mean, Maybe 50 to 60 CDs are available here. Unfortunately, Brian Patrick Carroll, parentheses, Bucky, again, with an I, does not come to give concerts here in Switzerland. By the way, thank you, Poly 8, for releasing not only the whole CD, but almost every track one by one. Buckethead is my absolute favorite. I just love his music more than any other music. Greetings from Winterthur, parentheses, Switzerland.
So, question about this. When he says, Bucky does not come.
Not come. Not come is in all caps.
Yeah, Bucky does not come to give some concerts here in Switzerland. What do you think makes him come to give concerts in Switzerland?
I don't know. What are the Swiss famous for? Clocks and chocolate?
Yeah, they make watches and clocks, chocolate and clocks.
I mean, that sounds tight.
I think the big four. The big four.
Big four. Big four is Switzerland. Fuck yeah.
4 inches. All the clocks.
What do you? I like doing like a Mount Rushmore of things.
Presidential cocks.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah. No.
Johnson had obviously the biggest Johnson. That
is a historical fact. He showed it to a lot of people. A lot of people were like, "Damn."
Yeah. And they're like, "That's sexual harassment." He's like, "I'm the president." They're like, "Oh, okay."
Nice.
No.
Ricardo Olivia says 1 year ago,
Mm-hmm.
Buckethead, no drugs required. He is the trip. So, drugs takers don't belong here. Drugs takers is one word, by the way.
That's drug stakers.
Oh. Am I confused?
Yeah. No, it's actually drugsta curs.
Drugstickers. So drugstickers don't belong here. Yeah. How do you feel about that? I would say like other Buckethead commenters would disagree. They tend to like drugs a lot.
I belong. I'm high as fuck, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, fuck off, Ricardo Olivia. Butt face.
Tweekend27 says 1 year ago, I'm about to make a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Who wants one? And then responds to himself and says, bucket full of remixes, 250 calories a pop. Great for packing beef on the guns. And then like arm flexing emojis. And then double up. Pew, pew.
I like this energy.
It's pretty good.
A lot. Good man, Tweekend.
And then there's another response to this one. Censorbot666 says, can I have one with mushrooms?
Yeah, you can. Going back to the drug stakers.
You think he's talking about like psychoactive mushrooms or just like fucking, he just wants like some criminies on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Mm-hmm. I think he's a smooth criminy.
Bucky, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Bucky?
I'll take it.
Lastly, but certainly not least, Squid Lives says 1 year ago, more amazing riffs than anyone. That's a fact, Jack. Take it to the bank, Scooter.
That rocks so hard. I love Squid Lives.
I know, it's so good. Oh, my God. And with that, that's it.
Statements from the Bucket Boy.
This is the part of the show where we recommend stuff to check out.
Uh-huh.
What do you got, Britt?
I don't even know, man. What do I have to recommend?
I got a good one, locked and loaded. I can do mine and even come back to you.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So, a huge recommendation from me to... Okay, to check out an album that came out yesterday from past guest and friend of the show, Andrew Stromstad.
Oh, yeah.
Who put out an album called Cherry Blossoms at Night yesterday. A disclaimer, I am involved in the album. I played on one of the songs, and I produced and played on another one of the songs.
Disclaimer, I am also involved in the album, and I believe I actually am distributing it.
Fantastic. Look at that. So it's all connected. But I have to recommend the album. There are several songs on the album that I had nothing to do with, and they're fantastic. The ones I did have stuff to do with are also good, but take that recommendation with a grain of salt. But it's just it's a tremendous work. I think Andrew's a great musician, and he's doing really cool stuff. The band name that he's released it under is Box, B-O-X, and the album is Cherry Blossoms at Night. You can find it on any of the streaming platforms, and it's awesome. It is a journey. I will also say that it is a bit of a complicated recommend, because I would say, I guess if you're listening to a Buckethead podcast, you'll be fine with it. But it's not an album for normies, I guess I would say. It is very much here is a dense meta trip through 10 different genres of music in 40 minutes. And it's great. But yeah, big recommend. Please do check that out and enjoy, hopefully.
Yeah.
Britt, what you got?
So I got all of the everything Gallagher's ever made.
How many hours of content is that?
I mean, all of his professional DVDs, there's more stuff you can watch on YouTube and stuff, but all of his pretty much written material constitutes, I'd say, a good 15 hours.
Wow, that's less than I expected. I was expecting you to be 69 hours, bro.
Cool. Nice. No, and if you take out, if you take out all of the watermelons and stuff, he probably has a good solid hour of jokes in his 50-year career.
Well, that's more than some.
True. He's no Buckethead, that's for sure.
That's true.
Yeah. But I'd recommend getting into Gallagher, because he is very funny.
See, you say that in a way that implies he's not funny, but that it is still fun to watch him.
Yeah. That's the thing is I don't find funny things that funny anymore, because humor's done. Post humor is where it's at, and
yes.
Watching things that people thought were funny at the time, but now you realize it's so unfunny that it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That rocks. That's the way to go.
It definitely does rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what we forgot to do?
What's that?
Let's do a Patreon update.
Hey.
Stuff's going as regular. We're actually getting some merch out for Soy Trek coming up soon here. That's going to be pretty fun.
Hell yeah, it is.
For that, we might just, if I haven't sent you anything through the mail yet, I might send you some stickers or something for that. Pat's making those. Those are fun. I'm probably going to make some of my own.
Sick.
Yeah, and I recorded a watch along of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan with Pat. We watched it together. I'm gonna post that up. That'll be pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, some good bonus content, and a big shout out as usual to Dan Morrison, Dylan Lance, Ian Killia, and Devon Saturnus. Thank you so much for being in our $5 tier. Everyone in the $2 tier, we appreciate you, just not as much. Not as much.
Not as much.
Not enough to mention your name. You don't pay us to do that. It's not part of our contract. Yep,
indeed. Rock and roll. With that, I think it's time for my favorite part of the show.
Let's hook it up with some bucket jokes.
Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke. Ha 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 bucket joke.
Hey, it's been hot here this week and my fan broke. Not cool. Owning a German restaurant is one of the few industries where you want to be known to have the worst in town.
Nah.
There's no cops in the film, but at the end of My Girl, the kid dies in a sting operation.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll take it.
I was supposed to film some cream pie porn the other day, but I got sick and couldn't do it. So I had someone fill in for me.
Oh.
Yeah. I had someone fill in Salmo for me.
Someone Phil Inspector.
Phil Spector. How about Inspector Gadget, but it's Phil Inspector Gadget.
That's pretty good.
No, Gadget, kill my wife. What are you doing? We have enough food. You don't need to do this, the professor said. Well, said Gilligan, we heard about the benefits. I can't do this. I can't do this one. It's too dumb.
You gotta hear it. You gotta do it. Come on.
This is like such an old man joke. This would have been funny in like the 1970s, but I wrote it today.
That's good. I'm ready.
Let me take some Diet Coke.
Okay. You gotta get Diet Coke pilled.
What the fuck are you doing? We have food. You don't have to do this, the professor said. Well, said Gilligan, we heard about the benefits of eating ginger.
This is a terrible joke. So bad.
It's like, I know, it's like straight out of a bad joke book from the 1980s.
Dude, you should post that on r/jokes. Get 0 upvotes for yourself.
Yeah, and then put it in my bad joke section.
Yes.
For my invention. So I started dating a girl who has a foot fetish. She also has a wet and messy food fetish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she really likes soul food.
Ooh, let's see what you did there.
I
Wet and messy.
I went clubbing the other night. I gave most of them blunt force trauma.
Nice.
Nobody likes it when I take my dog to the beach. Probably shouldn't have named it Somebody's Drowning. I'm sorry. I totally forgot. I wrote a longer version of this joke, and it's funnier, and I totally forgot that I wrote it because I got really high and wrote it.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's even better.
Okay.
Nobody likes when I take my dog to the beach.
Uh-huh.
I probably shouldn't have named it Somebody's Drowning and I Have a Gun.
It's better.
Best name for a dog.
It's a great name for a dog.
What did the beaver say on the river Styx?
Huh.
Damn it all to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a hell joke. It's a joke about the band Styx.
Yeah. Hashpipe Mr. Roboto.
The men in my family have a reputation for always having class. Mostly remedial math or anger management.
Nice.
The golf tournament was crowded. They had a lot to answer for.
Wow.
All right, I'll end my jokes on this one. A girl broke up with me the other day. She called me a needle dick and said it's over. But I know she'll be back just as soon as she's missing a button on her jacket.
Did you just like hear the word needle dick and was like, ah ha ha?
Well, yeah, someone called me a needle dick, and I'm like, hey, I got a punchline now.
Nice.
All right, well, we're gonna do the thing that I like to do now, where I looked everywhere on the internet for the worst jokes I could find. So this is mostly
True bucket jokes.
Once again, Reddit r/one-liners, and I just sort by most controversial of all time, and only choose the stuff with like no upvotes whatsoever.
Nice.
So we're going to start on this one. Here we go.
Mhm.
I've been terrified of airplanes ever since my grandpa died in a plane crash. They should never let a 97-year-old get his pilot's license. Yeah.
It's a terrible joke.
How about I kind of rewrote this one. When your grandpa gets his pilot license at 93, every flight is United 93.
That's so much better. Great punch up, Britt.
Yeah,
Great punch up.
Thank you. So here's one that really fucked me up.
Uh-huh.
Friend called me up and invited me out to Mecca Bingo. Imagine my disappointment.
Wait, what?
Apparently, Mecca, like the Mecca you pray to and whatever.
Yeah, the big square thing.
The Mecca you specifically pray to.
Yeah.
Shilalot or whatever. That's your religion.
Uh-huh.
This is Spencer coming out is Islamic, by the way. So Mecca bingo halls are a bunch of bingo halls in the UK, apparently.
Okay.
But he spelled Mecca like MECHA. Like, so he was gonna be excited because he thought it was gonna do like fucking
Like a robot?
like
that would transform?
bingo with Gundams or some shit.
Okay.
And so imagine his disappointment.
Even understanding the context, it doesn't make the joke better.
No, it's pretty bad. Here's one that's bad in every way. Justice is a rapist who gets an erectile dysfunction.
That is
Not
just
justice.
that. No,
That's not justice.
that's not justice at all.
No. That's not and justice for all either. Although that album does give every bassist erectile dysfunction.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah.
Here's another. Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad joke.
Here's another super cringer here.
Oh, I'm ready.
If I had an ear for every gender there was.
Is that the whole?
Yeah. I think it's trying to imply that there are only two genders or something.
Okay. That's even then though, it's like so. I don't know.
That's why no one liked it.
It's bad.
In a surprising upset, England took gold in the women's skeleton, edging out the USA favorite from Biggest Loser, Rachel Fredrickson.
Wait, what?
In a surprising upset, England took gold in the women's skeleton.
With the women's skeleton.
It's like a skeleton. It's a competition in the Winter Olympics, I want to say.
Okay.
So, in a surprising upset, England took gold in the women's skeleton, edging out the USA favorite from Biggest Loser, Rachel Fredrickson.
I don't know who Rachel Fredrickson is.
I think she's from The Biggest Loser.
Is the joke that she's fat?
I think she might be thin now because she was on The Biggest Loser.
Then what's the joke?
The joke is like the USA favorite to win was Rachel Fredrickson because she's a skeleton now because she used to be fat.
Oh,
I
okay.
think this is the context I think is going on. I don't know, man. I don't
Okay.
fucking know. This joke sucks so much. I was like, what? And put it down.
Yeah, I find this joke offensive. It's just so bad.
And the thing too is like, for some reason on Reddit, on an actual browser, you can't sort by like controversial and time. And so I had to do this on my phone. And so for these jokes, I actually have to type all these out, and I have to keep looking at the joke and like be like, nope, that's exactly what it fucking says.
Wait, why can't you just screenshot it?
Because I know, I guess I could.
It's a lot easier.
I guess, but I remember it better, and I've already like read it in my mind if I did that, if I write it out, and I'm more prepared to, I have a delivery for it. It's my whole process. To trust my process, Spencer.
Okay,
Right,
I
here we
trust your
go.
process. It's fine. It's okay.
If Spencer, this is both the next joke and an insult to you for that.
Okay.
If brains were gasoline, you couldn't drive an ant-sized go-kart around the inside of a Cheerio.
This is in r/one-liners, correct?
If brains were gasoline, you couldn't drive an ant-sized go-kart around the inside of a Cheerio. That's one line, Spencer.
Yeah, that's one line. All right. Yeah,
Speaking of you ready for the next one?
Yep.
This is about you.
Uh-huh.
Vegans. Because
Yeah.
veganism.
It's pronounced vegan. Actually.
I'm sorry, yeah. Veganism is like masturbation. Both can fill you up, but it's the meat that gives you the actual happiness.
Wait, how does jacking off fill you up? You eating your own cum? Is this a joke about eating cum?
Yeah, that's cool. So I'm just putting this out there. This is a pro eating your own cum podcast.
You should probably save that for goth news, man.
That's the eating your own cum is in goth. That's a specifically Bucket Boys thing to do.
No, it's specific. Sure.
All right, here's the next one.
Uh-huh.
Chuck Norris times 0 equals Chuck Norris.
Yeah, he beats 0. Wait, somebody made a Chuck Norris joke in 2022?
No, this was like 3 years ago.
Somebody made a Chuck Norris joke in 2019?
Yeah.
Jesus.
No.
Sorry, Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's another one. This was right after Aretha Franklin died.
Mm-hmm.
Family members stopped by to pay their RESPECT to the late Aretha Franklin.
I actually really like that.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Here's this is gonna be the last, the new ones this week, and I'm gonna read a couple more. So, I just took a dump so big, I looked in the bowl and thought I saw a politician. It's pretty good. That's relevant.
Yeah, it's relevant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, politicians are turds.
Yeah. All right. Then
Big stinky turds.
my other two favorite. We're gonna gather the best of these jokes, the ones I think are good, and put them at the end of this section. First one. Kurt Cobain received mind-blowing head on April 5th, 1994.
Such a good joke. So this is like the Hall of Fame. The
Yeah.
bad jokes, the bad bucket jokes Hall of Fame.
The ones that
okay.
are so bad, they're actually amazing.
Yeah, they go back around. It's like the Cheerio again. The ant-sized
Yes.
go-kart going
Yeah.
around the Cheerio.
How big your brain is.
Yeah,
I don't think you got the point of that one because of the size of your brain, but. And then my very favorite one. Two women walked out of a library. They cleaned it so well.
Bucket joke.
Oh my God, Britt, we made it to the end of the show. Where can we follow you on the internet?
I mean, you can find me at Dog of Orbis, but you know what? Go and if you're listening to the show specifically, go to @Bucketcast on any social.
Hell yeah.
Tell
Love
me you want to see my balls, and I'll send you a picture of someone else's balls.
But you won't know that because you don't know what my balls look like. So
Everyone
they
knows.
could be my balls.
Everyone-
Schrodinger's balls.
Everyone knows what my balls look like, Spencer. If they're part of the Patreon, at least.
Yeah, cool. We should start like an OnlyFans for our podcast.
Only balls.
Yeah, only balls.
You want to see some scrote, baby?
You want to see some ball skin?
$5 a month plus tax.
Yeah, so it's like $5.52. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can follow me at Spencer.zone.
And no one asked. No one asked that.
Yeah, I volunteered it because I want to get through this.
Well, I'll edit that out then.
Perfect. I have been Spencer.
I have been Britain.
You've been listening to Gettin at a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, bucketheads.
Namaste.
Due to your Zoogle flacency, I'm going to have to nibble the friggin' spaggendackle back into the hellish fucking Whoops.
You can't try to get laid or watch people. You gotta go out and get that job. What a waste of pleasure. What a waste of pleasure. What a waste of pleasure.
So, hey, this is the part of the show where we rewrite a scene from Bam Margera's iconic classic film, 2009's Ming Hags. A scene we like to call the Ralph scene. Every week, we rewrite it and read our rewrites and laugh about the implications. We're gonna start with mine and my scene this week here. Sorry, 1 second. I actually forgot the name of one of the guys this is between. 1 second here. So this is a scene between then Vice President Dick Cheney and Harry Whittington, a 78-year-old Texas attorney. This is immediately after Dick Cheney shot him with a shotgun.
28 gauge Perazzi shotgun.
Yeah, well, hunting.
Serial number 115288. If anybody wants to know what Dick Cheney shoots people in the face with.
Neck, arm, and chest mostly. But
Thanks.
yeah, shot him while hunting quail in 2006.
Not Dan Quayle.
No, not Dan Quayle. No.
Do you want to be Dick Cheney or?
I'm gonna be Dick Cheney, which is the Ralph character in this scene.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna be a Texas attorney.
Yep.
I'll be a Texas attorney, see? Yeah. A bit of
And I'll be
foghorn
Dick
leghorn.
Cheney.
I'm gonna be a foghorn leghorn type Texas attorney. Go eat some steak with Dick Cheney.
I'm going to be
All
Dick
right.
Cheney. All right, let's do it.
Ready? Here we go. Jesus Christ, Dick Cheney, aren't you supposed to be shooting quail and not me?
Oh, we're gonna have some cocktails at 4.
Man, you can't have no cocktails. You just fucking shot me, bruh.
Nah, I'm gonna try to not have a heart attack tonight.
Dick, I am getting tired of it. You're gonna get me some medical attention today. T-O-D-A-Y.
This is muffed up. You're gonna need to apologize for getting shot by me.
But what? Apologize? Back in the war, we would have shot brown people together. I can't believe you shot me, you stupid.
Yeah, well, I hit you like the side of a barn.
If I didn't have 30 birdshot pellets lodged inside my neck, cheek, and arm, I'd slice your throat.
Well, you're the one who stepped in front of my gun.
I can't believe the American people elected you. God damn it, Dick, what a waste of election tampering.
My name is Dick Cheney.
Your W administration makes a good target, but I don't want to contribute to that. By the end of the day, I will release an apology. You see these gunshot wounds? They're gonna hurt,
but I do not want to hurt you. I am so sorry for getting shot.
So that was a real thing that happened. So Dick Cheney shot him with the shotgun. He got 30 birdshot pellets wedged in his body. One of those pellets actually pierced an artery and caused him to have a heart attack.
Ooh, did one of them Piers Morgan?
Yeah. Like 2 days
Or
later.
Pierce Brosnan.
So he like had a heart attack and all
Pierce
this.
Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. He had Pierce Brosnan.
Brosnan.
Yeah. Suffocation's
Let's go
pierced from
Brosnan.
within. Yeah.
Let's
Suffocation's
go.
Pierce Brosnan from within.
Suffocation's Let's Go Pierce Brosnan.
Shut up. Yeah. So he shot him. He had a heart attack. All this shit. But then, this all happened.
Attack.
This happened. Sorry, what?
More like a fart attack.
Yeah. So this happened on like the 12th, and then he had the heart attack on the 14th, and then on the 15th, he released an apology to Dick Cheney he was like, "I'm sorry to the Dick Cheney family for having to deal with this," and like, it was just so funny that he like publicly apologized for being shot by Dick Cheney. Like, that's just amazing. So.
You think they've jerked each other off?
Possibly not, but they've definitely cummed in the same room.
Cummed?
Yeah, they both came in the same room together.
Cummed.
Yes, cummed.
Cummed.
Yeah.
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 Cool. All right, you ready to do mine?
Yeah, let's do it. Who am I playing?
Mine Dine 69.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You can play either George Harrison or Eric Clapton. They're both nebulous British voices. So.
What would you prefer?
I don't fucking care.
Here, we'll just switch then. I'll be the George Harrison character.
Okay, you're George Harrison. I am Eric Clapton.
I don't know, George.
Jesus Christ! Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I'm very drunk in the 1970s and on a lot of cocaine.
There you go.
Oh,
Perfect.
George, my child hasn't fallen out the window yet.
All right, I'm good to go whenever.
Jesus Christ, Eric Clapton! Aren't you supposed to not try to steal my wife today?
You know, I don't know there, George. I was gonna Layla about it at 4.
You can't write no Layla. You got to get your own wife.
No, right proper there, George. I'm gonna try to get Patty Boy tonight.
Eric, I'm getting tired of it. You're gonna stop writing songs about my wife today. Today.
Oh, see, George, this right here is muffed up. It's either that or a song about why I hate black people.
Back when I was with the Beatles, we'd have sissies like you killed. I'd like to cuck you, stupid.
You couldn't cuck Ringo.
If we weren't on the charts, I'd slit your throat.
But I'm on the charts. My fame will save me.
I can't believe the Beatles helped even make you.
The Beatles make music?
What a waste of guitar strings.
What would you know? My name is Eric if I saw you in heaven.
You got to stop eyeing my wife and writing songs about her, Eric. Or you know what? I might just give her to you.
Meow.
Get your own wife.
My wife?
What is the story behind this one?
Eric Clapton was in love with George Harrison's wife and wrote Layla about it, and then eventually George Harrison and his wife got a divorce, and Eric Clapton married her because he's a cuck. He's a cuck boy.
Wow. Huh. Society, baby.
Yep.
Well, anyways, that's it for the show. Bye.
Goodbye. Go to hell. Goodbye. Hell. Bye.